Yeah, Shep, join us to do the soccer portion of the show. We're taking a look at some action for this weekend. We're just discussing Europa. That was kind of, not that well. Oh.
Did you already go over your soccer plays for the weekend?
Actually, no. We didn't look at anything. We were kind of more intrigued by the game and having some fun with the costumes and stuff. So, all right. Anything you like on Friday?
Friday, I like the Wolves. I think Palace has played a little over their heads to start the season. I think the Wolves will pull it out. I think it'll stay tight. I don't see a lot of goals. So I think we're going to get a good number here. I got Wolves in under 4.5 at 2.15. Could be a usual Wolves match, 1-0.
See, I could see taking the Wolves, but I'm also going to take the draw. I just don't see really a winner in this game. I see a 1-1 game, 1-0 game. I definitely like the under, especially if I'm getting under 2.5. I was going to look at that. Schalke, Stuttgart?
No, I don't think either one of those teams are backable right now. And I don't want to take an over because they both can come out there and lay an egg.
Yeah, it was 0-0 last time they played.
You know what I mean? It's just neither one of those teams are exciting to put your money on.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly there. Oh.
And then, as far as Friday goes, that was it. There's not too much on Saturday because there's just too many variables, especially with the European competitions and rotation and injuries. You're seeing a ton of injuries right now.
Yep.
I like Hajduk split.
Yep.
I don't think Istra can hang with them. Hajduk has pretty much owned that series in the past 5-6 years. And it's not a bad play on the money line. It's 1.74.
That's Saturday, right?
Yeah, that's Saturday.
Yep.
And
I'll tell you the team to take. I like this Vegley Randers game. Vegley's been really, really good at home. Solid team. Randers has kind of been going the other way. Vegley's actually winning the Superliga right now in the Denmark, and you're getting them at plus 129 at home.
Wow. All right. And I'm going to continue to ride Watford. We're still getting plus money on them. Barnsley.
I keep losing with them.
Are you?
They drew. They gave up the goal at the other game 2 weeks ago or 2 games ago, and then they came back and they had a 0-0 game. And I was like,
oh, no.
The team that
I don't think Barnsley is going to keep up with them.
Why wouldn't you take Reading tomorrow?
I didn't look at Reading.
They have 15 goals scored, 3 goals against. They're on absolute fire.
What was the number on that?
They're playing a Coventry team that absolutely blows.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, I remember.
And you're getting plus 120 on them.
I know. Why are we getting good money?
Well, you're getting because it's away. But, I mean, Reading hasn't lost a match in their last 8. And that was at home versus Luton. And before that, it was 3 other matches, 2 wins, 2 draws. There's only 2 draws in those last 8.
I mean, they're in first place by 8 points?
Yep.
Yeah. Something.
I think you have to take that.
Yeah, I agree. What were you getting? Plus 120?
Yep.
EPL on Saturday, Liverpool and West Ham. I don't want to back Liverpool right now, but I also don't want to fade them at home.
Yeah,
what are you just taking over?
I don't know what. I think they're in a championship slumber or just. It's not like they're going to lose that game. West Ham's a good game, though. I mean, what's both teams to score in that?
I don't know. I have the over. The line is set at like 3.5. So they're expecting goals. But both teams to score was probably, or I think it was 1.52.
Yeah. I think you always expect goals now in Liverpool, especially with Van Dijk out.
Yeah, they had Fabinho last week at center back. It was
questionable to play.
Yeah, and then they had Milner on the right and mid. The whole defensive lineup is terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I like Gomez back there, probably the best, but you just don't know anybody. There's nobody that's. You said that it's the first chink in the armor that's out there. They barely beat Midtjylland. They barely beat Sheffield United. They beat Ajax by 1 goal. The fact that they're at home is probably a big reason that they still win this game. But I think both teams' score is going to cash. I think West Ham is going to score.
I do too.
Trying to see what we got here.
I don't think they're keeping very many clean sheets this season.
And no, West Ham is kind of on a roll.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do in the next transfer window if they go out and try to fill that spot.
Yeah, both teams scores minus 160. That's not too bad. I mean, what's Liverpool and both teams to score would probably be where I would go if you want a smaller number.
Yeah, it's not a bad look.
That's actually not a bad idea too. If you want to go for a score, both teams to score in the first half is plus 275.
Wow.
Just saying, if you want to score, it's got value there that it could definitely happen, especially with the number of people that are going to be out. I like Midtjylland versus Nordsjælland. Nordsjælland is a team that generally plays them close, so I wouldn't take the over, but I think Midtjylland will win. They're too deep. They'll be perfectly fine playing, and they've got plenty of days before. And you also got Shandong Lungyong versus Hebei in the Chinese Super League. This is the second leg. It's tied 2-2. Both these teams like to score goals. I like the over 2.5 there. And I think Shandong Lungyong wins the game at minus 143.
Nice.
This might be where you take them to advance versus to win the game. But yeah, just to protect yourself. I think Chelsea minus 1 is the play versus Burnley. I don't like this Burnley side. They've been terrible this year. They're in an absolute funk. They haven't won a game in 5 games. They've lost 4 to the last 5 at home straight up. Chelsea came obviously playing a weaker Krasnodar and got some scoring capability. But if Burnley can't keep people from scoring, they can't score at all.
Right.
I think Chelsea minus 1 is either a push or a win type bet. You like Watford versus Barnsley? We already talked about that.
Anything on City and Sheffield?
What, City minus 2? I mean, this is
No way.
Sheffield United looks terrible. City, you already know Aguero's out. Jesus is out. So that means, once again, you're playing Sterling up top. When Sterling played the other 2 games, they scored 1 and 2 goals. 1 goal each game.
Right.
So you'll probably get De Bruyne back, but if they give you if they give you a 3.5, I take the under. And I think it was
3.25.
Yeah. I'd probably take the under. Sheffield can't score. Sheffield's another team that's come in off of last year and said, hey, we stayed there. They haven't won a game in 8 games. They have 2 draws, 6 losses in their last 8. None of them. Most of those games didn't even
keep City from scoring.
No, but they're not getting blown out. They're losing 2-0, 1-0. I think City's going to be able to pick their score, but I think they're going to pick their score under 3.
Yeah.
I think you wait rides up till it gets to 3.5, and then you just take the under.
Who's their next match in the Champions League?
Cities?
Yeah.
You got a ways away. 11-3. Well, actually, no, it is next
week. Yeah, they're doing the back-to-back weeks. They're not getting that week off in the group stage no more.
Okay, that's huge. I didn't realize that. So that's the other thing.
That's yeah.
I mean, that's the one thing in all these games. These guys who have these double back-to-backs, they look terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, these games are just dreadful. Olympiacos.
Oh, shit.
Which they'll win 1-0 or 2-0, really boring. But it's at home. So, again, I think you got to wait to the lineups. I wouldn't be surprised to see if both of those guys are out. If they think they can play for Olympiacos, you could see Foden play. You could see Torres play.
I think we'll see Foden for sure.
And you could see Sterling.
Yeah.
But again, they don't score that many when that happens.
I was kind of fading not most of them, but some of the big clubs that have Champions League, especially all these weeks in a row for group stage. I got Nantes plus a half a goal, 2.95. Neymar got whatever injured the other day, and he won't be playing, and they're still without damn near half of their squad.
You still have your 6 guys out on COVID.
Icardi's not playing.
Yep.
I don't think they care about this game.
Yeah.
I'll take a shot with Nantes.
I think I got to see the lineup. That's a 4:00 game on a Saturday. I got to see the lineup before I make a play. I see where you're going, and I definitely think there's value there. I've already been burned by Nantes a couple times this year. So that's my worry. Like, I look at the Rennes-Brest game, and Rennes has been dreadful in Champions League, but they're not a bad team in the French league, and Brest is terrible away from home.
Yeah. I think sometimes, especially with Rennes, they know they're not going to go very far in Champions League.
So they hold guys back. They're that's not the priority. Yep, I agree with that.
Speaking of my favorite league, I'll be back on Olympiacos Saturday.
You will be back on Olympiacos?
I think I've taken them, 3 weeks in a row. They haven't conceded a goal at home in about 12 games.
I agree.
And Smyrnis is absolutely terrible.
I
think they've only scored 2 goals the entire season.
They're minus 570. How are you on them?
I'm taking them 1-0.
Okay. What are you getting on that?
1.83.
Okay, that's not bad. I like that.
Yeah. Especially for Olympiacos at home, it should probably be around closer to 1.7, I would think. But yeah, 1.83, unless they're not playing anyone and heading off to Manchester after the game and not caring about it. I don't see them conceding any goals to Smyrnis.
Yep. And you have Dortmund versus Arminia Bielefeld. Augsburg Mainz, I'm not touching that game. I would think over 2.5, and that's all you just relax. Eintracht Werder Bremen. I think this is a game where Eintracht wins. But again, that's a hard team to trust. But I would take Eintracht money line. I do like that. Mönchengladbach Leipzig. Leipzig basically got completely humbled, and then they have to turn around and play a game. So you've got to wonder what their priorities are. So you could. It'll be interesting. They're first in the Bundesliga right now. Do they put out a lineup in there? Because people can complain about Mönchengladbach, and they're an up and down team. But there's very talented goal scorers on that team if they run on the right lineup. Between Marcus Thuram, Embolo, Alessandro Playa, you've got guys who could put the ball in the goal, and their defense isn't bad either. Leipzig's going to be missing Klosterman. He's a huge added person, especially in the back. Mukalele's losing. You just got lost in Champions League, so you're definitely going to come out and try to win next week. Maybe you hold some guys back, and I think you get a better line if you take that now before the lineup is released. They play Paris Saint-Germain next at home. The question, if they think they're going to have a chance to advance in Champions League, they have to at least win or tie that game.
I think they have a chance, and I think they do have a chance. And PSG's definitely shown that they're vulnerable.
Yeah, I'll be on PSG. I'm just telling you that right now. You can take them in there. I will be on PSG. That will be a guarantee. And if I get a good price on that, I'll take that. But I mean, I'm just saying, if you get Mönchengladbach, what are you getting? A goal? It's plus 200.
Yeah.
If I'm getting a +1 with them, I'd be all over them. Let me see what I'm getting.
Yeah, I like Dortmund. I got Dortmund at over 2.5 at even. I think Dortmund can put a couple up. Battlefield, they might put one in. Dortmund seems kind of complacent lately, unless it's Champions League, and then they're focused.
Yeah, I'm getting a pick'em, or I'm getting a 0.25 right now with Gladbach.
Yeah.
I think you take your chance. I mean, honestly, I'd take the chance of the plus 200. I think you got a chance to cash that, especially if you announce when Leipzig's lineup is going to be less, and you might be the favorite by the time that lineup is released.
Right.
And then you've got the team that's in absolute shambles. Crotone versus Atalanta. I think they realize they're done in Champions League.
I would hope so, yeah.
I mean, you've come out, you've lost twice. No, they drew versus Ajax, didn't they? Yeah, they drew. So they drew versus Ajax. You lost. You beat Midtjylland. Woo! And I think they play a terrible Crotone side. Crotone is good for a goal, but is Atalanta going to score 3?
No. I don't think so.
Not a way. So you're looking under 3.5. I mean, I'd go over 2.5, but you're going to be juiced to anything. They play Liverpool next at home.
Yeah, they'll be much more focused for that.
Yeah. And I think that's where you take it. Then you've got Inter versus Parma. Another team that hasn't really played that well lately. Inter's up and down. Giving a 0-0 game for Shakhtar. That was just disgusting.
That was terrible. I haven't seen them play that poorly in a while.
Yeah.
That was just terrible.
Moving on to the J League, I'm going to give you a game because FC Tokyo, who I keep taking and keep losing, are an absolute free fall. They play our favorite Kawasaki Frontale. So FC Tokyo's lost 3-1, 4-0, 1-0. They beat the worst team in the league 3-1. Then they lost 1-0. There in the last 5, they've just been in a free fall. Kawasaki Frontale comes in here as the number team. The only question you'd wonder if they worry if there's anything left to really play for. There is 9 more games, but they are clearly in front. But I think they win. I think they win, and I think they cover the -1. The money line's -189, so the -1 is probably +110.
All
right. And then you've got the team that I said FC Tokyo was able to beat, playing Kashiwa. Kashiwa is going to win this game. It's not even going to be close. You could probably go for an over 2.5 as well. Kashiwa over Shimizu. Those would be the 2 that I would take right away. Nothing Norway or Portugal for me. Anything for you?
No, I don't even have anything in Spain on Saturday. That was pretty much all I had. A couple Bundesliga.
Spain is terrible.
It is.
I mean, Spain is almost a crapshoot. You got Real Madrid losing to the Cadiz straight up last week. The only team people complain about, I take Atletico Madrid at home. They could say they don't have enough scores, but at least with the extra scores, there's guys who could score. I mean, normally I would look and say Joao Felix is not playing him off Atletico Madrid. But if Costa is playing, if Suarez is playing, both of those guys could still score. They may not be able to play 90 minutes, but they're proven guys who could score, and their defense is always good enough to win 1-0. So yeah, that would be the team I would look at with the Atletico Madrid. You're getting -133. Costa's not playing, but I think you'll get Suarez, and you'll probably get the other guy. Who is the other guy? I forget his name.
Atletico's an autoplay, I think, at home.
No, I think you'll end up getting Jermaine. Should get Jermaine or Camila up top. But, I mean, they're playing Osuna. Osuna is not a very good team.
I couldn't believe after the terrible performance Real Madrid had against Shakhtar, and then we got that beautiful plus money on Barcelona. It was a complete trap. Madrid comes out and kicks their ass.
Yep.
It was
well, Madrid's a team that's up and down. They were everybody's darling on Tuesday in Champions League. They were, we'll just say your old place, bankers from 2 out of the 3 guys.
I bet.
And they got absolutely slaughtered. And it just wasn't. I mean, soccer is really tough with all these games back to back. These small squads and this no form, and I will tell you it's the toughest it's been, because normally I could say, okay, I didn't do good in Champions League, I'm going to kick ass in Europa, and this week was not the case. I bounced back tonight because I had Atlanta, so that was good. We've got 3 games left in the MLS before we get into the playoffs. I've started to just automatically fade this FC Dallas team. The only problem is I've automatically faded them also, this Houston Dynamo team. They play each other. I think the over 2.5 is definitely going to hit, but I would take FC Dallas at home. And this Nashville Fire team.
Nashville is
their draw or win.
Yeah.
You can complain about them all you want, but their draw or win. They win. They win enough games. They draw enough games. Their defense is stellar. You're playing a Chicago Fire team that likes to score goals, but away they haven't won a game in their last 7. So they have got some draws. I mean, if you can get Nashville draw no bet, that's essentially what I would take. I mean, you're getting +120 in the money line. It's going to be -130 for the draw no bet for Nashville.
It's not bad.
And
that was a knock on Nashville coming into the season, was they had no defense.
Yeah, they've really fixed that. I mean, that's not been an issue at all. They definitely have enough chance to score. I mean, the only other game I try to be on, just because I'm on them every freaking week, is figure out a way to be on Bayern. Halftime, full-time, halftime, win to no. Lately, I've been getting decent numbers on Bayern first half -1.
That's what I took. I was just going to say that's exactly what I took.
Because that's the only thing there. I'll be honest with you, I think they're the guaranteed lock every week. One day it's going to bite me in the ass, but right now I'm taking them on the money line, even at the ridiculous numbers they're getting.
I got -1 at let's see here, at even 2.0.
All right. Anything else on Saturday? Move to Sunday.
No, I have nothing else on Saturday.
All right. Then we're going to go start off with the typical. We cashed last week in the very first half. We're going to cash this week in the very first half again. We're going to take Admira over 3 goals in Austria typical. Last time we had 5 goals by the end of the first half. They're playing Wolfsberger. Wolfsberger just played a Europa game, but they will come out and take care of business and score at least 2 goals. And Myra will score on the score sheet. We'll get that as well. I look for a 3-2 game, 4-2, something of that nature. And Myra over 3. I've got nothing in Belgium. They're kicking my ass. I'm not touching them. You get a really good game for Odense and Horsens. These two teams always play each other close. It's always the scores 2-1. If you can get over 2.5 at a decent number, I'd take that. Premier League, we got Southampton and Villa. Villa's playing really nice.
They are, and I had them the other day against, who was that? Leeds.
Yep.
And they lay an egg. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. I think this game will have goals in it. I think both teams will go forward. Neither one of them particularly like to play a lot of defense. But I don't have an official play on that, but I do see goals in there.
Yep.
The only thing I'm taking for Premier League on Sunday is Everton. Newcastle are dreadful. They can't score a lot of goals. DCL can probably beat them on his own if he plays. And we're getting a good price. I mean, 1.9.
Cool down a little bit, yeah, he's still, yeah.
And that's a good price for an Everton team. It's kind of I think they're kind of a dark horse if the top teams don't get their crap together to win the Premier League.
Yep. I like that. What number are you getting on that?
1.9.
Okay. Oops. Sorry. Switched over to Friday. All right. I like that. I will definitely take that. You're not taking United and Arsenal?
No, I'm not touching that. United is terrible.
They are. They haven't lost in their last 4 games, including 2 Championship League games.
And I don't really know who's going to play for either team right now. Aubameyang is listed as questionable. Some ankle injury.
Yeah, I don't see him on the list.
I mean, I could see goals in that game too. Maybe we'll see what the lineups are, and probably end up maybe being on both teams scoring over. Probably get around even money for that.
I gotta hope that the Spurs were just holding back for this Brighton game. I mean, but if you're the Spurs, you're in the 5th place in in the Premier League. Europa, if you lose a game, it's not going to be the end of the world. You still should be able to qualify and get to the next stage. All you got to do is just change your lineup for one of those games.
Yeah.
I think they wanted to win today. I think they wanted to at least walk away with a draw. But I got a feeling, I mean, you still had the backups for most of the game until the second half when they made the change to Son and Kane. Brighton hasn't been that good, especially away from home. Not that they're always great, but you get them away, and I mean, I think Tottenham wins this game, and I think you're getting a minus 155 for Tottenham. You can either take them if you want a no juice, take Tottenham -1. I think the Spurs have been very good at home, and especially in the Premier League. All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that, especially the -1. Hopefully, you're getting a push.
Yeah. All right. You got in France. You got the clash of Titans in Lille and Lyon. Lille won today. I can't believe Lille did not win today. It was one of my favorite plays. I also could not understand how it went from -170 to right before kickoff. It went to -105. When Bamba was in, when Zacconi was in, when David was in, I was like, so me and Sean were talking, and it was like, he's like, those are the three best players. I was like, yes. I have no idea why the line moved. And everyone's like, oh, well, the Celtic came off and started 2-0. Well, they were 2-0, and then Lille missed a PK. And then Lille took over the second half and scored 2 goals in the second half and had 2 chances at the end to win the game. But had they hit their PK in the first half, they win the game. I also took the over 2.5, so it was covered that way. But it was just – that was one of the biggest shockers to me, how they lost the game. The other team, I think this Lorient goalie is terrible. So anytime you get a chance to sometimes go against them, I kind of like. But Dijon's goalie might be even worse. I don't know. I don't see anything I could really get on. Freiburg, Leverkusen losing today, but that was really because Bellarabi picked up a red card in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, what the hell was that about?
I'm like, if your forward gets a red card, you should be able to just go and just start slapping him as soon as he walks out to the sideline. I mean, it would be like, dude, unless you are making a tackle inside the box to try to steal the ball and get a chance to score right away, my forward should never get a red card.
No.
Because he should never be late to there. Because even if he's just lets the guy have it, most likely you are on the other side of the freaking field. I mean, you're the farthest away from goal. There's never should my starting forward get a red card in a straight red. That was just absolutely asinine. But you got a Leverkusen team. Now, I like it when Diaby plays. I like it when Alario plays. I start to look and make sure that Bailey plays as well. Bailey did not play in Europa, so I expect him to play this game. He gives them pace. They just don't have. You're playing a Freiburg team. To me, that's not really good, and you're getting a -111 on Leverkusen. So I think you're going to have plenty of guys that plays. Just make sure Bailey's playing. Make sure one of the guys in Bellarabi or Diaby are playing as well. And I would take Leverkusen money line. Hertha versus Wolfsburg. Hertha, we thought was going to be this darling coming off of last year. Cunha hasn't looked good in form. He looks kind of lost. They look like they're changing. Wolfsburg, they can't get Josh Sargent going. They're not scoring enough goals. But Hertha's giving up too many goals to look anything other than over 2.5 in this match.
Yeah, I think that'd be the only way you can look. You can't trust either one of them to pull out a win. You don't want to. I definitely don't want to sweat out a Bundesliga game on Sunday morning.
No, but I will sweat out a Serie A game in Torino and Lazio and take the over there. I don't think this Lazio team is as bad as people think they are.
They're not. They're just not putting it together yet. I mean, I think they came in with little too much confidence.
Yeah.
And they're getting smacked around back down to earth, I guess. Definitely don't like Torino. I don't think I've ever had a good thing to say about Torino.
They're a great over 2.5 team. That's my good thing to say about them because they concede and they can sometimes score.
They can.
Yeah.
Lazio is 2.2 on the money line, which makes me wonder why. No, they have a lot of injuries and a lot of people aren't playing.
Yeah, there's a ton. I mean, Mobley won't play, but Milinkovic-Savic played in the Champions League on Wednesday, and I think he'll play again today.
I think I saw that he's not playing.
Okay. Again, I will probably wait and look at the lineups. AC Milan, I just have to take. I know a bunch of people aren't going to play, but I have to take it at -133 versus Udinese.
Yeah, Udinese's terrible. And Milan the thing with Milan is they want the points. They want to finish. They want to keep climbing up. They battled their way back last season. They were mid-table team. They got up towards the top 10, top 8, and they want those points. Ibrahimovic has shown he's going to play no matter what the deal is. If he's got to come on late or he'll start or get subbed off later. But he wants to play every match.
Yeah, and Donnarumma's going to play, but they're not going to play. But they've drew and won one of the matches he's been out. So, I mean, it's just too good of a number just to say, okay, we're just going to leave that there. And you're playing the number there, and that's what sometimes you got to do. The other game I can't understand is, to me, 2 units on Sampdoria money line. You're playing Genoa away. Genoa is terrible away. Sampdoria is actually coming here in pretty good form. I have no idea why you're getting that at -112.
Nope. I agree.
I mean, Gabardini's out, but Gabardini's been out for weeks. That's nothing.
Yeah, it's not even a big deal. Nothing for me on Spezia, Juve. Maybe an under. I don't think Juve is going to play anybody.
Yep.
Spezia can't score.
Roma, Fiorentina. I mean,
after what I saw today, I think Roma is a stay away for a while.
I think if you get a Fiorentina +1, which you should because they're +275, would be where I would go. Or I'd take the draw. I'm not sure anybody scores. The other thing I just don't like about this Fiorentina team, you sold your best player.
Right.
So I don't know who's going to score. I mean, maybe Patrick Catrone or I mean, I don't know who's going to score consistently on this team.
Goals are going to be hard for Fiorentina to come by, for sure.
And maybe Christian Kume comes up and he plays a lot. He's probably going to play a whole lot, but whether he can actually be a consistent scorer, Frank Ribery is too old.
You can't rely on him.
I don't see it happening. You also got an interesting Mexico game. Club America versus UNL Tigres. Club America's at home.
I like playing America at home.
Yep. They have 1 loss in their last 11. They've got a bunch of draws though. But you're getting them at plus money. So I mean, if you want, it's +162. I don't know why you wouldn't just take Club America draw no bet.
Yeah.
On that, or both teams to score, because I think that'll happen as well. and that would be my cover. I'd take them draw no bet on both teams to score because I think the score is going to be 1-1. But Club America is just too good. They could win this game 1-0. They could win it 2-1. There's also a lot on the line. From a standings point, it's a question of whether you're going to play in the playoffs or you're going to play in the promotional bracket. They're 1 point away separates these two teams. 2 points away separates them from second place. So I definitely see KG close to the best match. So, I mean, I like the both teams to score. Or I like the Club America draw no bet.
Have you been following the story about them combining Liga MX with MLS?
I know it's been a thought and a talk for a while. And the reason, because the only reason it's even a valid avenue, it's about money. The one thing Liga MX doesn't have is money.
Right.
But they have a little bit better quality. And it could be viewed as a way of having expansion. But I don't think they bring all the teams.
Well, that was the thing. They want a true league with promotion and relegation also.
Yeah.
So they can be considered a big league. But last I heard a couple weeks ago, they're pretty close to getting that done.
I mean, it'd be a good move for them.
I think it'd be a good idea, yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing, like a Club America take on Inter Miami or a Columbus Crew team every once in a while.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for that Inter Miami team to come together. It might never happen, but I'm still waiting.
I think we're almost there.
Yeah. Oh, I took a college game. I'm trying to see where I'm at on that.
When I looked last night at these lines, I didn't have any lines yet for MLS for Sunday.
Yeah, I don't have anything either. I'm still waiting.
Yeah, it's weird. I think for sure I'll be on Union Crew under.
I'll probably just go Union straight up.
Neither one of these teams is scoring.
No, but Union is.
Well, yeah, a couple of weeks ago, last week they won 1-0 and they took them 80 minutes to get the goal.
They won 2-1, 5-0, 2-1, 2-2, 2-1, 3-0. It hasn't been since the 23rd of September is the last game they scored. They didn't have 0-0. Oh, yeah, I mean, they've only lost one game in their last 14.
Right.
I don't know why the books keep giving you really great numbers with them.
No.
I mean, the Crew have been the team there, but the Crew's been very good at home. But again,
they're streaky.
Well, Zellerin has been the issue. If he plays, they win. If they don't, he doesn't. I mean, you got Toilet Bowl, Atlanta United versus FC Cincinnati.
No, thanks.
I'll take the under. Orlando City should beat the Montreal Impact. Team you don't like to play is playing really well. It's DC United.
I know.
Ever since you took that one under from them, they haven't had any under.
They haven't.
They've won their last two, but again, it was Atlanta and FC United. They played New York, New England Revolution, but to me, they're an up and down team. I don't think they're very consistent enough a lot of times to bet on them, and I don't think they're a minus 200 and DC United is a plus 500.
No, that's absurd.
So, I mean, why wouldn't you take DC United plus one? How many times in the New England Revolution game are they covering more than one?
Rarely.
And you're going to get that at probably plus 225.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yep. Finley's back for Minnesota United. Since he's been back, they've been able to score. Again, haven't lost in their last 6, I believe. Yep. But they're playing Sporting Kansas City at home. So I take Sporting Kansas City money line, which you're getting at -139.
That's not bad.
Toronto and Inter. Pizarro is back. He played the last game. That was big. They still ended up losing versus FC Dallas, which is terrible. The only problem with Inter's team on alone, they are running out of time. They're holding on to that 10th space spot right now. Toronto's holding in the second place. It's a pretty good game. I kind of like the over 2.5 in this game.
Yeah, I think both of them will score. I think once they start figuring out how to get Higuain more involved and get him clicking with Pizarro, it'll be a fun team to watch. They're going to score goals, but they're also going to give up goals. So I think the over will be their play for a while.
And this Colorado Rapids team, I don't know how to take them. I mean, they've only played 15 games. Everyone else has played 19 to 20 games. I don't even know if they're going to be allowed to make up the games. There's not enough time to make up the games.
And all their games.
Does that affect how they see it, or do they just have to figure out how to get points, which they're 5 points out?
Yeah, that's going to be a tricky situation. If they're that close and they have the chance, I think they have to let them make those games up.
But you don't have time. What are you going to play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
I don't know.
Shoot for a point? I mean, there's 2 weeks left of the season.
Yeah.
There's Sunday, there's Wednesday, and then next Sunday that's it.
I mean, unless they're just going to say, okay, we'll strap it up and go next year. But
yeah, I mean, to me, I don't know how you do it. I mean, I'll have to look that up. But they're playing Seattle. Seattle has not been that great recently. They've been having a lot of injuries. A lot of guys haven't played. They're still in second place, right behind Sporting Kansas City. You're getting them at +120.
yeah, I'll take Seattle.
Yeah.
Any time you're getting that price, I'm taking them. Davenport.
Favorite home team to take. Yeah, Vancouver Whitecaps, but they're not at home. They're away. They've lost 4 straight away. You're getting Portland Timbers -278. This is going to be an over 2.5, over 3 game. But you'd have to take Timbers -1. And even that's going to be juiced. And then what's up with your hometown Galaxy team? Boy, do they blow. They blow. I mean, they've got 1 win in their last 9 games.
Terrible.
I mean, I told you I didn't like the Chicharito before the season started. And I don't know what they've done. They just can't score. They concede left and right. Then you have LAFC, who actually lately has been playing a lot of really small scoring games.
I think they can't get into a shootout with anyone right now because the only one they have to score is Rossi. I mean, Vela came back barely. I think their focus has definitely been on defense.
Yeah. Do you take them at -105 versus San Jose team?
No. I can't bet on LAFC. And the last time they played, I took San Jose. I think it was +1.5 or +2, and LAFC trounced them like 5-0. It was terrible.
I remember that game. That game was it was 7-0. But yeah. I like Djurgården in the Sweden, Alice Ventken. And the other team that's been playing really, really well is Hammarby, and you're getting plus money on them. You could probably even take that to the over 3. Hammarby, which started the season off saying, "Oh, they're not the same Hammarby. They're not really scoring." Has started to play really well. They've won 2, which haven't been close. They drew, and then they won before for Schwalkenbergs, which is who they're playing. They should be able to take care of this without any issue. Okay. And that's about all I have right now.
Yeah.
Anything else from you?
No, I'll be waiting for those MLS lines to be complete. Hopefully tomorrow.
All right. That sounds good. All right. I'm going to get some sleep. Thanks, everybody, for joining. We'll shoot this out. I'll put this out on Twitter since it was basically taped. All right. Thanks.
All right,
Talk to you later. Goodbye.
That's it.